Can you guys hear me? You know what? One sec. Let me get this. Oh, yeah. I might have poor signal. Hold on. Okay. Can you guys hear me well? Can you see me well? I think I might have poor signal, but just let me know if the signal is terrible because I don't. We have a new location because my husband just bought another house and we started on time, unfortunately. But yes, we did. Oh, loud and clear? Oh, awesome. Okay. Yeah. All right, good. You're good, nerd. Okay, Naughty Corner. The Naughty Corner is ready to be fired up so early in the show. I guess this is how we're going to be. Here, let me put on some lights. It's kind of dark in here. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. So I'm sorry. I'm a little bit thrown off because did you guys see that? There was a glitch. Okay. I'm a little bit thrown off today because I'm not in my normal setup and I don't know how the internet is going to react to us and so on. So forgive me, everyone, that I'm a little bit out of whack right now, but it's a little fuzzy. Okay. All right, guys. I'm trusting you. But the moment that it starts acting crazy, please tell me. You know what I could also do? I can pull it up on YouTube so I can keep a watch out on what's happening because bad signal is not cute. The internet providers have said, oh, we're going to fix the problem, but it's not going to be fixed until next week. And why am I vampire-like today? I swear I'm not this pale in real life. Oh my god, that is way too pale. Oh, there we go. There's my color coming through. See? There's my real color. And then I turn into some vampire over here. You guys see that? Okay. Real color. Vampire. Oh, man. Alright, let me see. Online. There we go. Okay. Actually, it's not looking bad. It's really not that bad. Yeah, it's really not that bad. It's alright. Okay, guys. I think we are. You knew I was undead. That's the reason Undead Chronic has brought me part of the war band for my ghostly appearance. My ghostly appearance. No, I was thinking that, but she said it. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I look so pale. I swear I've been eating. I have been drinking my water. I have been healthy. I haven't killed myself yet. I mean, why did I say yet? I have not killed myself. And Hillary Clinton has not found me. So, no, I am still quite alive, and I don't know why I'm looking this way. Oh, I froze? I froze. Did I freeze? Okay, now it's back. Oh, goodness. I really hope this is not going to be bad. All right. Anyway, so I would like to say hello to everyone. I want to make this kind of a late stream, and I want it to be a little bit more of us hanging out instead of me just preaching to you. I don't think I actually really preach to you all, but I want to have more of a hangout stream if you guys don't mind, because I'm struggling with some severe pink eye right now, and my eyes are burning like crazy. You know that same burning feeling that you get in your eyes when you see a feminist walking around? You know what I'm talking about? You know the same burning feeling that you get when you see a drag queen talking to children and, trying to read books to children at kindergartens? That's that same burning feeling that my eyes have right now. You know that same feeling? Oh, guys, guess what? Aside from my pink eye, I want to tell you guys, today I was driving down the freeway, yeah, and I got behind this car, yeah, and it was in the middle of traffic, okay? So I got behind this car in traffic, yeah. We're driving along in traffic, and we're going slowly. Excuse me, let me rub my pink eye. Right. So we're driving along in traffic, right? And I was behind this car, and this car was like, I don't know what type it was actually, but it had bumper stickers. And, that's the fun thing to do when you're in traffic, is to read people's bumper stickers. I'm going to say hi to everyone because I see some new names here and I want to talk to you. Right. So I read this guy's bumper sticker. What did his bumper sticker say, guys? You guys ready for this? Listen to this bumper sticker. Hi, Maverick. The bumper sticker on this person's car said, "Joe and the hoe have got to go. Joe 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 and the hoe." I was, oh my God. When I saw that, I like got right next to them. Oh, my eyes are, my eyes are doing so bad. Oh my God. All right. I got right up next to him. And I was like, and they were like, and I was like, they were like, oh, I was like, yeah, I know I look like I would be a Democrat, but I'm not. Just because I'm a woman and I'm non-white doesn't mean that I'm a part of there, okay? But yeah, because I think the person at first didn't know what I was talking about when I got next to them. And then they finally realized what I was talking about, and they were like, "Oh, you." I was like, "Yeah, like you too." And he was like, and I was like, "Gas the Jews." And he was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "Oh, not that far. Oh, okay, we're not there yet. But eventually we'll be there." Like, gas the Jews, right? He's like, no, that's not what I was saying. I'm like, it's okay. Joe and the hoe have got to go. Oh my gosh, my computer looks like it's glitching out on me, but you guys are saying it's not, so okay. So, everyone, hello Maverick, hello Zealage. Oh gosh, this is gonna be bad. I can already tell. Hello Carrie. Hi Patriot. My computer is super slow and it's pissing me off. Hi Beak. Sorry everyone. My eyes are just killing me. Hello Tim. Beak says it's got a ring to it. It really does. It really does. Like, I can definitely see that being on a top 5 list of songs. Joe and the Ho have got to go. We need a country song made out of it. Joe and the Ho have got to go. Not in this town. Not to know. Not to know. Not to go. That's not a word. Wait, Joe and the hoe have got to go. Not in this town. What matches with hoe or oh? I don't know. I figured out later. See, I'm not an artist. You guys can tell. Hi Trey. Oh my god, my computer is glitching out like crazy, and I don't think this is gonna work. Nope, it's not. It's just not. Oh man, this is bad. Hi Jason. Are you guys able to see the things that I'm clicking? All right. Hi Edmund. Hi Jacob. Hi Fix. Not my eyes, but yes, my eyes are killing me today. They're so red. They're just so. Hello, artist sketch. Hi, Stan. Still fuzzy, but okay. You know what else is fuzzy? Never mind. Hi. I think I said hi to you, American Patriot. I'm gonna move on. Hi, old blindy. Well, if my computer would actually pull up. Yeah, this is bad, guys. It's freezing before me. You seem stable. Some people are saying you seem stable, but I see that it's not responding to me. Like this internet connection is so crappy. Okay, you guys see the names. I'm sorry, guys. This internet connection is so crappy. I hope you guys can bear with me.
StreamYards has been running slow for everybody lately. It might be on their end.
I can't. You sound like a robot to me. That's how bad the internet is. You know what? Let me try to use my phone as a hotspot. Let me see if that works. It might be even worse, though. Or what if I try to use my phone in general? Let's see. Let me try. Let me try, guys. At least let's try, because maybe we don't have to deal with a bad situation the whole time. Please be patient with me. You guys can talk trash about me the whole time while I'm getting this sorted. You guys can talk about how crappy I am and how unprepared I am. I don't mind. And you guys can talk about my pink eye. You guys can also speculate on how I got my pink eye. I don't mind. Yeah. And actually, it'll be fun to figure out your guys' speculations after. All right. So let's see. This is bad. It's just bad. I think it's just bad. I think it was actually worse that way. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. The cell phone video is way better. Really? Really? So maybe I should go out to the car. Seems like in the car we'll have better. We'll have great success. We will have great success in the car. The phone is better. It was much smoother. Really? I didn't. Okay, so from my end, it was freezing more. On my end, it was freezing more on the phone. So, okay. I guess I'll try the phone. Don't get mad at me, guys. We'll try it. All right, I'll be back. Samuel, do something.
Okay, well, hope y'all can hear me at least. Welcome to the show, everybody. Good to see all of you. Let's get those likes up if we can. We got 40 people watching, 28 likes at the moment. So, how are y'all doing? It's been good. Yeah, it's been kind of an odd weekend, I think, for myself, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Nice transition. Well, I did it as fast as possible. So, all right, here she comes.
One sec. No. You can.
Maybe.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Okay, I can hear you now, actually, which is nice.
Okay, you got an echo coming out of yours.
I see it. Is it still there?
Nope. Nope, we're good. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. But the video
Okay.
looks like it's freezing.
Well, it was a little choppy initially, but it's not terrible on this end.
So
So, and
the other way was worse?
yes,
Okay. All right.
and like I said, when you said I was sounding like a robot, StreamYards has been having some issues lately for a lot of people. So some of that might be on their end as well.
Okay. Okay then. All right. So I guess
So,
we'll just deal with it this way. All right. Well, the pride has spoken, and I guess we'll just continue on this way. All right. So, Samuel, please let me know if anything goes awry, if anything goes stray. I will be depending on you to give me the first update on what's going wrong. All right, guys. So anyway, let's get to some stuff. First of all, I want to say thank you for joining me. And the other thing I wanted to tell you all was that I do have a pink eye problem right now. It's not really pink eye. I was just messing with you. It's not a pink eye problem, but it is like my eyes are very irritated and sore. As many of you guys know, I am blind. I think a lot of you guys don't know that, but that's part of the reason why you guys see me with my eyes typically a certain way is because of my vision issues. I have very, very troubled vision, and a lot of people don't know that. Um, Sunlight is bad for me. When I go outside, too much sunlight gives me extreme headache, and my eyes do not see properly in proper sunlight a lot of the times. And then nighttime, I'm also blind. So lovely. So, I've seen some people wonder about my eyes and why I always have like my eyes look so strange, but it's because I'm pretty blind, legally. I almost didn't even get my driver's license last time. So, do you guys know when you go to DMV or whatever it is, the one DOL, you go and like every couple of years they make you do the little small test where you have to do the vision test, and then you have to do like, oh, do you see the lights on this side? Do you see the lights on that side? I almost didn't pass mine the last time, which is crazy. And it wasn't so what I did was that I blamed it on them. So typical, right? Typical of me. But so what I did is I put my eyes in that thing and I went like that and I was looking and clearly I couldn't see crap. You guys know I couldn't see. And the lady said, "Oh, where's the this or where's the that? Do you see this? Do you see that?" And I said, "Yes, I can see the lights. I can see lights clearly." But when she asked me to tell her the letters, she's like, "Okay, so tell me what this letter say, what this letter say, what this." I didn't know any of them. I was completely wrong, I think, on all of them except O. I think I even called O a C. But anyway, I got them all wrong. And then she said, "I can't give you your driver's license like this. You can't see. Where's your glasses?" And I said, "I don't have my glasses with me, but the problem is not me. It's actually that your machine is very dirty. You guys need to clean that out." And in fact, I don't even want to put my face back on it because it's so dirty. And I'm worried for my health. The lady, she looked at me for a second like she wanted to backhand me. And she was like, "Okay, we'll just get that figured out. Just," she said, what she said was, "Just tell me if you can at least read this or something like that, read this or read that." And I tried and I did like 40% well. And she said, "Okay, so what I'm going to do is do for you that you cannot drive without glasses. So your driver's license will say, if you get pulled over, if you're not wearing glasses, that you will be fined and ticketed and so on and so forth." So that's how I ended up getting my license, guys, because I was fighting with the lady because of that. So anyway, I am pretty blind, and that's something that I'm not afraid to like talk to you guys about it. It's whatever. It's kind of an insecurity of mine. But my eyes right now are extremely irritated. So if you guys see me scratching and itching and scratching, that's why. The other thing I wanted to talk to you all about was the bumper sticker. I told you guys about it. Joe and the Ho have got to go, and that was the perfect bumper sticker. It made my day because, with all my eyes itching and so on, it felt really good to see something like that. It felt so good, especially in my state, because my state is extremely left. The other thing I want to talk to you all about is there is an update on the girl who was in Dubai, a black woman who's in Dubai who took her black woman attitude over to the Middle East and effed around and found out. There's the update is that her passport has been taken away and she is now being held in Dubai until further notice, until they figure out what the situation is over there with her. If you guys don't know, people think of Dubai as like a Las Vegas of the Middle East. People think it's kind of like being in Vegas because of the buildings and all the entertainment, and it's kind of European in a way, right? It feels very European, Dubai does, in the Middle East. It's not. It's not. If you mess up in Dubai, they keep you there. They keep you there. They take away your passport, and yeah, you're basically, do you guys know how serious that is? When you are in a different country and you get your passport taken away, do you guys know what that means? That means you can't rent a car. You can't you can't do anything that requires an ID. You can't leave the country. You are essentially an alien to the society when they remove your passport. And this is what a lot of Arabs do. Now I'm going to share something with you guys. Now don't judge me for telling you guys this, but I think it's okay to speak about because I don't really care. So the reason I'm going to tell you this is because we're on this topic. In the Middle East, there is a thing where people say that slavery still exists in the Middle East, and in a lot of ways it does. But the slavery that exists in countries like United Arab Emirates, where Dubai is, um, Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, countries like that, the slavery that exists there is that you will get your passport taken away from you. So what happens is a lot of families, especially well-off families, who order their servants or maids or help, they order their help from different countries. A lot of them will get them from Asian countries like Laos or Cambodia or Singapore or countries like that, Philippines. Our family. I'm not saying that I'm Qatari or Saudi, but I'm saying that my family, we had one Ethiopian and we had one Asian lady. I believe she was Cambodian. But anyway, so what happens is the family will order their maid, and I know that sounds weird, but it's kind of like Uber Eats in that way. You order your maid, and the maid gets, that country gets a request to have a maid be sent over to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, or United Arab Emirates. So that country, when you do that, they'll look for a person who can be your maid, who is willing to travel to, assist you and be your servant or whatever, your maid, whatever. When that person agrees, on their passport, the family name of the person who ordered you is on your passport. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? When I'm telling you this, like the Middle Eastern family, let's say my last name is Al-Wahbi, right? My last name is Al-Wahbi, my family's name is Al-Wahbi. When we get our maid on her passport will now say whatever her name is of the Al-Wahbi family or of the Al-Wahbis or what have you. She's that's how they know who you belong to. So when the maid travels over to the country where she is requested from, you pick your maid up from the airport, and usually that very day, your Arab family will tell you to give them your passport. Trust us. Trust us. We're just taking your passport just for your own safety, right? But it's not like that. The reason why the majority of Arab families do this is because we are now responsible for you. In the Middle East, a lot of Western or countries, a lot of anyway, please stop texting me. Everybody who's texting me right now, please stop texting me right now. I'm not looking at text. So anyway, a lot of these families, they take the passport because you are now the property of that family, and they are responsible for you. We can't have you run away once you come to the Middle East, run away with your passport, and now you have it's just bad. It's a whole bad deal. So they take the passports, and also it's a reason because a lot of maids, they steal from their families, they steal from the master families. So a lot of Westerners, they see this as slavery. They're like, oh, that's slavery. You get the person over there and you take their passport so they can't leave. That's slavery. You don't understand how it feels to be the master family. When you're the master family, you have to worry about your own assets because not every maid is good. Not every maid is so innocent and hardworking and they just want to do their job and go home. A lot of maids are very, I think the word is nefarious, but they are very, you know what I mean? They want to get their up and comings as well. I think that's the right way to use that word, that phrase in America, but they want to get their up and comings as well. They want to get a little bit of a tip on the side. So they'll take from the family, from the master family when they're not looking. And then they'll run off, run off to the border or what have you, and then go back to their own country. So for this reason, Arab families take away the passports of their maids because you are their responsibility. If you do something wrong, they are going to be the ones being punished for it. The bad part about this is that when you have bad families or families that want to take advantage of the maids, the bad families, what they will do is take the passport of the maid and not allow the maid to leave for vacation. She can't go back home to her family for a holiday. They will basically make her a slave. This happens a lot, but it's not so common that everybody is doing it, but it does happen, for families that want to take advantage or cheap families that don't want to pay. They don't want to pay for the maid, but they want to have the benefits of having a maid. So what they do is they'll keep the passport and they'll make it so that that maid cannot go back to her country. She can't send money back to her family. She can't do anything without her passport or her ID. So she is effectively a slave. One moment. After this, this is how the slavery happens. Once the maid tries to notify the police of this, they would try to go to the police officers and tell the police officers, sir, I am a slave. They took my passport. They're making me work for free. I have not been paid in 6 to 8 months. I haven't seen my family. They don't know of me. They don't know where I've been or how I'm doing or what have you. The police will go to the master's home and say, what is happening here? Are you making this woman into a slave? All the family has to do is say like this: she is overreacting. She is trying to get away with a debt. She owes us money and she is refusing to pay. The way we are making her pay for her debt is through her work. And now she doesn't want to pay. She stole from us. So the only way that we can get payment from her is through her labor. So she owes us 6 months of work. This is what the family will say to the police. She owes us 6 months of work. And many times, a payment to the officers will come along with that story. So the officers will say, sorry, madam, you heard what your master said. You need to pay off your 6 months of debt. I will return after the 6 months and to make sure that this is properly handled, or, we'll take you or we'll notify your family after that. But for now, you must pay off your debt. And they'll push the maid right back into the master's house that took their passports. So that's how the slavery happens a lot of times in the Middle East. And yeah, that's how that ends up happening. So when I hear the story about this Black woman who acted out, who was screaming in public, which is a no-no, she's screaming in public and acting crazy, and then her passport was taken in Dubai. Okay. No, I don't know. I don't think that the same thing that happens to the maids could happen to her. I don't think so, because this is kind of a high profile thing. If it were more low profile, it would. But in her case, I don't know what's going to happen to her. I think that she will be jailed in a Dubai prison until the court proceedings are completed or there has been an arrangement made. But wow, oh wow, when I heard that her passport got taken, as a Middle Easterner, we're like, oh, we know what that means. That means you are effectively a slave now. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You are property of Dubai at this moment. And another thing that I wondered about. Now, this may be a little bit racist, but here we go. The other thing that I worried about was this. Miss Lady, I believe her hair was in a different style when she got there. her look, her whole look that she had. She's a pretty girl, but I'm thinking to myself, if she's stuck there and she has no way to, her hairstyles, the extensions or the weave or what have you, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm like, I just wonder. I don't know, because image is a lot. Image means a lot to, especially as women. For us, image is everything, right? Because most women are judged solely by their appearance, and it's a sad thing, but it's the truth. She doesn't have a way to touch up her appearance there, and I think her appearance will slowly start changing a bit if she's stuck in a Dubai prison for too long. Okay. Um, D. Thomas says, I love when I get a warning something might be a little racist. At least I give warning. At least, listen, at least I am fully aware. Okay. Isn't that the first sign of progress, is being aware that you have a problem? At least I'm fully aware, and I'm acknowledging. I'm acknowledging. The group therapy has been effective. Dr. M, welcome in, Dr. M. I've never seen you here before, but he says, hi, I'm new here. Welcome. Everybody say hi to Dr. M. Hi, Dr. M. He says, we probably differ a lot politically. I doubt that. I'm pretty easygoing politically. Aren't I, Class?
Lies.
Samuel, I didn't ask you. Don't listen to him. He's in a naughty corner, and he's just been escaping all day. But welcome over. He says, but I'm interested in meeting people with varied opinions. Well, you'll find that here. The circles I hang out in can feel like echo chambers a lot of the time. Well, I am so happy to have you here, Dr. M. As long as you're not easily offended, you're welcome here. I mean, even if you are easily offended, just I think we're into really good conversations a lot. Hi, Lou. Hi, Lulu. I called her Lulu. Lou says, Amir, that's 100% accurate. The family is now responsible for the maids. Correct. And a lot of the people who always want to defend the maids and always say, oh, it's evil for Middle Eastern families to take away the passports of the maids. It's like, yeah, but you don't understand how it is to have a bad maid. Not all maids are good, and a lot of maids steal from their master family. A lot of maids will do bad things and just ruin the family's name. And in the Middle East, reputation is everything. It's not like America, and that's another thing that the Black woman who went to Dubai is learning. In the Middle East, how can I say this? We don't tolerate that. We Middle Easterners do not tolerate. You can't dress a certain way in the Middle East. Do you understand that there is rules? There's rules, and even unspoken rules, that you you can't have your breasts out. You can't speak loudly as a woman in public. You can't. No woman is over in the Middle East speaking loudly and yelling and whoop-de whoop whoop. You'll never see that, because there's an etiquette. We have an etiquette, a code, if you will. I mean, I know when I was on the Peep Network, they kept on saying that, there's a black code, or black people should be on code. I don't know what the code is, but if you really want to know about Arabs, we have a certain etiquette that, you know what I mean? And if you do not abide by that, there's consequences. And somebody asked me once, they said, why is this woman, Amira, jailed for yelling in public? What is the problem with her screaming? The problem with her screaming is this: in the Middle East, we are very conservative people. Aside from being very conservative people, a lot of people are praying at all times of the day. Because of this, there is a law against making unnecessary racket. You do not make unnecessary racket, if at all possible, to avoid it, because you do not want to interrupt people who are praying. People are praying at all times of the day, and this is the reason why you must keep your volume down. Children are what's it called? An exception. Children are an exception, of course, because children don't know any better, and they're stupid. Kids are stupid, so they have to learn the etiquette. But you, as an adult, full-grown, after puberty woman, You have to know that you do not need to be screaming in public. These are the laws for a reason because of our culture. And our culture says at any given moment, somebody could be praying and you do not need to be screaming. So, Lou says, sadly, here in the US, the concept of a family name being represented when you are out there is very foreign. I know. I know. And but that's one of the freedoms of the United States. One of the freedoms is that you're not tied to your family name. It has its benefits and it also has its cons. Just think about it. In our countries, we are tied to our family name, right? If your family has already had a bad name before you were born and you were born into that family, even if you're a good person, you are going to be tied to that. And on the other hand, if your family has a good reputation before you were born, you're going to benefit from that. You're going to benefit from all of that good standing in your community, in your town, in your village, in your city, in your country. But in America, that's one of the good things, I guess you could say, is that you don't have to be tied to your family's name and you don't have to be tied to their representation just because you share DNA or share the last names with them. So it has its benefits, and it puts a lot of weight on everyone's shoulders in the Middle East because I don't share this with you guys often, but in our culture, it's like there's so much weight on your head at all times because you don't know who knows your family. When we're out in public, most Arabs don't want to see other Arabs because they might know our family. They might know our brother. They might know our dad. They might know our cousin. And the weight of that being on your shoulders all the time is very stressful because you can't relax for a second. You can't let your hair down, literally and figuratively. You can't let your hair down. You can't relax because you're always worried about what they're going to say, or because rumors spread like wildfire in the Arab community because they love to gossip. I told you guys before, they are the most gossiping people you ever meet, and that's one of our downfalls as a society. What do you say, the art of will? He says, my mom told me I have a hard time distinguishing between being honest and being cruel. 1 second, guys, let me adjust my leg. So do I, Will, and I think we both have that problem, and I think that's why I like you so much. But this is something that I've been told as well, and then I recently figured out that it's part of my personality type. I mean, like I said, I do recommend you guys do that personality quiz that I told you to do because it might tell you a little bit about yourself and let you know your own weaknesses and how people view you, because I wouldn't know how people view me until I did the test. But nonetheless, you said that your mom told you that you have a hard time distinguishing between being honest and being cruel. Well, another thing about that, Will, is that in this society, honesty is cruel. The end. I mean, what else am I supposed to say after that? In this society we live in today, honesty is cruel. It's seen as abuse. It's abusive to be honest. It's abusive to tell the truth. Hence why now people are coming out in mass saying how right Trump was. Oh, Trump was right all along, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, but at the moment when he's telling you this stuff, you can't accept it because you're in your freaking fifis. Everybody's so dang sensitive that all they can think about is how it's hurting them, and oh, it hurts, and oh, can't you say it in nicer words? Can't you say it nicely? Like, why do you have to be so cruel? But then you find out later he was right the whole time, and you couldn't accept it because you're too busy feeling when you should have been busy thinking. But Will, uh, I wouldn't change you. I wouldn't change you for the world, and I recommend you don't change because it's always better, in my view, to just say it as it is. And a person can hate you at that moment, but eventually they'll come back and say either thank you or F you, one of the two. In my opinion or in my experience, I could say. Hi, Nutter. Hello, Boa. Hi, BTK. Dr. M says that does sound like an incredibly stressful way to live. Yeah, but you get used to it. And the thing is, it's only stressful because I start thinking about it. But when I don't think about it, it just comes naturally. People, if you guys have ever hung out with me, there's a few of you guys in the chat who actually know me personally, who have been in my car, who have seen me at the market. Some of you have, and I know who you guys are, but I won't say. But some of you guys have actually seen me personally. And if you have just stood with me just for a few seconds, you would see the amount of times that I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, really? That's nice. Oh, oh, really? Did you talk to them? Oh, no way. What'd they say? Oh, okay. No, no, no. Oh, it was nice seeing you again. Okay, nice talking to you. Did you see that? Who was that? It's just, yeah, it's sad. Zealot says, your love for your own race is similar to love with my own. Nobody hates like family. Remember that. Nobody hates like family. It's worse to lie for someone's feelings. Can you imagine? Can you imagine saying that today? Today, people are like, you know what people are saying today? They're saying, just because you want to give your little 2 cents of truth, Amira, or Will, or whoever in this chat is too honest for your own good, what they will say to you is, just so you can get your own little 2 seconds of truth in, you're going to ruin someone else's day, ruin someone else's life, possibly, or ruin someone else's mood just because you want to put what you believe to be truth out into the world. We don't need your truth. That's what they will say to you. We don't need your truth. Okay? The truth is everybody has a different truth. That's what they're arguing. They're saying everybody has a different truth, and your truth is not always the truth that is going to match with someone else's truth. And I'm saying this out of experience because I've been told the same thing. I've been told that I'm selfish for saying the truth because there was no need for them to actually hear the truth in the first place. So why'd you even say it? It was unnecessary. Take that what you will. I mean, some of you guys might agree with that your truth is not necessary to say or what have you. I disagree. I think that it's important for everyone to hear the truth because the truth shall set you free. The truth may hurt, but Dr. M, political correctness has made it extremely difficult to have honest discussions. And I think you meant if. And if we continue down that path, everything will inevitably fall apart. Well, just look around, Dr. M. Really? Dr. M, look around. I mean, we are going through that right now at this moment. BTK says, Amira doesn't care about our feelings. She loves me. Boy, get in the naughty corner. BTK, get in the naughty corner now. I love him. I love none of you. None of you. You all irritate me so bad. And every Saturday, I go through this with you guys. And I don't know why. I'm just willing to do this. I'm just a masochist of sorts, just loving that pain. What is it called? Little Wayne says something like, let me eat my peanut butter and jelly fish sandwich, okay? Because I love pain. Sucker for pain, right? Lou says that's a good point about the family name's reputation being a burden that could follow you. Well, yeah, because you said it was a good thing. You were like, oh, well, you didn't say it was a good thing. I think you said that was a difference. But, some people prefer the individuality. Oh, one thing that I will say, I believe that America does have an individuality problem, and I believe that America has taken individuality to the extreme, and I think that's why she's suffering the way she is today, because the individuality is too extreme right now. I'm too dark. Well, before I was a ghost, and now I'm too dark. What do you guys want from me? Wait. I'll turn on the light. Just hold on. Oh, yeah. Making me do exercise for no reason. Y'all, this is why. See, this is why I don't get along with you guys. This is the reason why. Are you guys happy now? You're happy. Okay. Am I light enough now? Masochist Amir. Stop texting me. All right. Last call. Troy says, I'm just tired of absolutists, feeling without logic, women without men. Oh, but you know what this is? This is just a way to start conversations, Troy. This is not, no one is an absolutist. No one believes entirely left or entirely right. Nobody does. This is just a way to start arguments and conversations, which we appreciated in the beginning. But the problem is a lot of people are taking that absolutist, uh, these absolutist titles, these absolutist ideas too seriously. A lot of the people are believing it. They're drinking the Kool-Aid, and it's like that's not what it was meant to be. Any thoughts on the Lizzo situation? She should lose weight. But anyway, I know that she said, I guess one of her backup dancers said that she is cruel and mean, I guess, or something like that. Uh, American Patriot, go to the naughty corner. I've never sent American Patriot to the naughty corner, but today is the day.
The Lizzo thing gets a lot worse, but I don't know if you want to get into that.
Oh, well, please enlighten me. But first, let me see what DJ said. DJ said, I don't think we have much individuality, especially when it comes to thought. Too many people forsake that to go along and get along. Wow. Well, that's a whole deeper conversation. DJ, go ahead, Samuel.
Okay, so basically, her and I think her business manager especially have been accused of a bunch of different things, including creating a hostile work environment, sexual harassment, um, harassment based on religious differences, that sort of thing. Oh, and now fat shaming. She's fat shaming her backup dancers, which is kind of funny. Because she's built her whole brand on body positivity. So if that is in fact true, and it comes out provably that that is in fact what happened, that kind of nukes her whole career. But whatever. But the worst stuff happened. I guess they got involved with some sex workers in Amsterdam, and she coerced her employees into playing games with these sex workers that included things like. You sure you want me to continue with this?
I know what happened.
Okay. Launching dildos from vaginas and catching them, eating bananas out of vaginas. Um, it's a whole thing. There's a lot of banana related Lizzo memes all over the internet right at the moment.
Well, that's what happens when you can't get a banana. You start fantasizing about them all over. Well,
And also the 3 employees who made the complaints have all been terminated since.
oh, I know. Of course, they're
Yep.
not gonna keep you on payroll.
Mhm.
Um, okay. Thank you, Samuel. Everybody say thank you to Samuel for giving us the update that we needed. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you. Thank you. Lizzo, this whole situation with Lizzo, I did understand, but I didn't want to go into detail. But thank you guys for going into detail about it. Lizzo, what do you guys, what were you expecting? First of all, I want to ask you guys, what were you expecting? And the second thing is, you do understand that I don't believe much of any of these people who claim assault, rape, or Me Too, or what have you, because I tell you why. The reason I don't is because I'm not saying that there weren't bananas flying. That's not that. There could have been a lot of bananas flying out of vaginas and into other vaginas. Whatever was going on there, that get the children out of the room, please, everyone. Get the children out of the room. But there could have been bananas flying. I don't deny that. However, I I have a hard time believing anyone today when they claim Me Too. Reason being is because in today's world, just speaking to a woman wrong can be considered sexual assault. It can be considered harassment. So, what were these, what was the situation that was happening that was, in these women's view, sexual assault to them, right? And is it because they were there at that party? Because it does take two to tango. If you were there at the party, you saw the bananas flying across the room out of certain areas. I, I don't know. Unless somebody puts a gun to your head, I don't believe that you have to participate unless you're just that type of person who just wants to be a people pleaser. There are people who want to be people pleasers who are like, okay, I'll just go along to get along. But at that point, there is a power dynamic. I already know what Samuel's going to say. Samuel or Larry is going to say There's a power dynamic, Amira, and the power dynamic is what makes it assaultive, because the people are working for her, and if they felt like if they didn't do it, they'd lose their job. But how important is that stupid job to you anyway? At that point, if the whole time that you were saying that you were being fat shamed and all of these other things, then how important was that job to you in the first place? If you were already feeling bad about being fat shamed and so on, did you think that going to this sex party and putting a banana in your hummus and then making the banana fly across the room from your hummus, that way she was going to stop fat shaming you? Or that's, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But today's world, what I see is everybody claims to be sexually harassed and sexually assaulted for the most minor things. And let's be real, that was an adult party, what was going on. That was an adult party. And if you couldn't handle it as an adult, if you couldn't handle it, I mean, unless you were some virginal soul who was like this, virgin, a Mormon or something like that, who was like in a corner shaking because, oh my gosh, a vagina. Bananas, not the hummus. I mean, I don't know. I can't feel bad when these are the same women that are fat as ever, so fat that they have a gravitational pull, and yet they're on stage popping their whatever it is that's popping. I don't know what's popping at that point, because there's a lot of moving parts when these women are dancing. Okay, let's just say that something is popping, but I don't know what it is. I'm not even gonna try to guess what's popping when they're moving. But these are the same women that go on stage with their 350,000 pounds and gyrating all over the stage, juices coming out of everywhere when they're doing so. But yet they're saying that they were afraid or they feel sexually harassed because they went to a sex party with Lizzo. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not sensitive enough. I don't know. Lou, don't. Lou. Sorry, Lou. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think sometimes I speak too much. Maybe I should have just kept that into my imagination, but I figured that you guys were going to, I figured you guys were, I thought you guys were with me there. You guys started this conversation. I didn't start this. You guys did, okay? You guys asked for my stupid opinion, okay? I'm just, see? Will, this is what I'm telling you, Will. See, they ask me for it, and then when I give it to them, then they're mad and they're throwing up everywhere. Stop throwing up everywhere, guys. Who's gonna clean it up after you're done? Okay? Stop it. We need to keep this place clean. Stop it. Lou. Oh. But anyway, Dr. M says the structural support under those stages is a marvel of modern engineering. I love you guys so much, but it's so true. My skin is crawling. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything because I could have went somewhere else with that, but I'm not gonna say anything. No, no, no. Hummus. It is a hummus. Yes, it is a hummus. It is a very hummusy thing. Yes. Society should be encouraging people to eat healthy than to follow someone like Lizzo. Well, you can't control who people follow, right? I mean, the fact that Cardi B is big is scary. And I don't know if it was the powers that be that made her big, or was it the amount of stupid people that we have that will follow even stupider people. I don't know what is, because I can't blame Cardi B. We can't blame her. All she did was be her, right? It was the stupid people that made her big, that made her into what she is. And the funny thing about Cardi B, did you guys see the scandal that she's in right now? If you guys know that Cardi B and a woman named Tasha Q or something like that, her and Tasha Q got into it. Cardi B won a lawsuit against Tasha Q. Tasha Q was forced to pay Cardi, I think, a few $1,000,000 or $1,000,000. And I believe, and part of me, I believe this, that Tasha Q actually did some voodoo so that Cardi B would have some misfortune in the future, and I believe that this is Cardi B's misfortune from the whole Tasha Q situation. I believe that fully, but who am I to say? I believe Tasha Q was doing some voodoo, but anyway. Hi, Z-Pass. How are you? Art of Will? I haven't even read your comment, and I'm scared to even read it. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Art of Will says, when Stevie Wonder walked into the fish market, he took a sniff and said, "Hello, ladies." This is why I can't have a decent stream. I can't have not one decent stream with Will around. Will, go to the naughty corner. Go. You know what, Samuel? Samuel, just take the chain off of mandatory carry and put it around Will's neck now, okay? Let
Carrie
Carrie
ain't
do
gonna
her.
like that.
I don't care. At this point, just take the chain off of him, Samuel. Don't ask me questions. Take the chain off of Carrie and put it on Will at this point. See, this is the reason why. I know, Samuel. I try to tell him, by the way, guys, go check out Samuel's channel. He does a lot of crap talking as well. He really does. Lou says, unfortunately, people have been conditioned to like ugly things, including ugly-hearted people. Lulu? Oh, Lulu. Do you know the amounts of times that I have thought about that? How humanity used to, okay. I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys how this came to me, and you guys are gonna like this story. Are you ready? You guys are gonna like it. Story time. It's gonna be short, very short story. I went to the store, and then I came to that conclusion. The end. No, this is what happened. I went to the store, right? Because my husband just bought a new house. I'm in it. I'm actually sitting in it. I'm actually babysitting it because in our culture, when you buy a new house, you are not allowed to leave that house. Does that make sense? Like the first time you go into your house, you can't just go there, put your stuff there, and then leave it. Um, I don't know how to explain it, but anyway. So I'm here in the house alone. I'm babysitting it tonight because we just bought it. So anyway, I'm in the house and I was thinking, wow, the walls are so plain. We need art. We need a Picasso or two. We need pictures, mirrors, deer heads, something. So I carried myself over to Wayfair and I'm like, okay, let's go to Wayfair and let's see what they have at Wayfair, the good old Wayfair. I go into Wayfair. There was these art pieces that they had. So these art pieces, they were stacked up, you know how they are, right? And you have to open it like a book. So I opened the book of the art, and the first thing I see was a plain white sheet of paper with what looked like a child had taken a crayon in its toes and written on it. Just a circle. Just one big circle that was written over about 1,500 times. A circle like that. Just like this. Everybody get your hands out and do your workout. Everybody, let's stretch. Let's go back and forth. Back and forth. This was considered art. Art. This is something that I'm supposed to put on my wall in the living room for people to look at when they come in my house. So I thought, maybe that's just a coinky dink. Let's move on to the second piece of art, shall we? Open the book to the second piece of art. What is the next thing that I see? A dot. A black piece of paper with a dot. A red dot in the middle. How much was the price for that? $789. I asked one of the ladies who worked there, I said, what type of art is this? Who is the artist that I can attribute to this grand masterpiece? She said, well, this is what they call abstract art. Abstract? I'm sorry, what? She said, abstract art is art that people write random things on it, and it is up to you to determine what it is. It's kind of like a mind. I'm going to say what she said. I'm not saying this, okay? But she said it's kind of like a mind fuck of sorts. And I was like, so this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, as she said, mind fuck my guests by letting them come into my house and look at this random piece of stuff that's on this white piece of paper for $789. Lou, I kid you not. You are so right when you said that humans now have been taught or programmed to like ugly things, to like things that have no value to them. These things, how did we go from Monet or Moet, whatever his name was? How did we go from beautiful pieces of to this? How did we go from Leonardo da Vinci writing, drawing angels and God and clouds and hearts and babies naked and humans, women naked, women, beautiful art, to this, to circle and a dot. Ha! Beautiful. That is art now. $789. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. Banana duck tea. Okay. Oh, the reason why that's funny is because of what we were just talking about. It's because of what we were just talking about. Because we were just talking about the bananas being flown out of the. Oh, stock for the law. You guys are gonna make me pray. I can't. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop that. I'm just gonna just take that back. Dr. M, get it together. Get it together, Dr. M. Slippery slope. No, it's not even a slippery slope. We have come full circle. See, we started out talking about Lizzo and bananas flying out of hummus holes to now the banana being pinned to the wall. This is perfect. We're perfect. This is full circle, guys. This is why I love my pride so much. You guys don't skip a beat. You guys do not miss a beat with me. And the funny thing is, you guys, I talk to some people on the phone or I'll talk to them in person, and a lot of people, I'm not I'm not that smart, okay? I'm not gonna say that I'm so smart or something like that, but I'm darn sure not dumb. And I'll talk to people and they can't follow me. They don't follow my conversation. They don't get my humor. And they just see everything I say as offensive. But you guys will have our interactions and you guys will beat me to wherever I was going, or you guys will just and it's so hard to make me laugh. You guys don't know how hard it is to make me laugh. It's Larry tries. He's very unsuccessful many times. It's hard to make me laugh. See, the jokes that Larry says, he thinks they're so hilarious that he's like laughing at his own joke. And I'm like, Larry, I'm just not entertained. But but it's hard to make me laugh. And you guys without fail. One sec. I want to adjust my seating, but I cannot let you guys see my hummus, so please hold. Okay. All right. So, well, you aren't too hard to predict. Well, not at this point, especially for you guys who have been with me for years. I mean, you guys should know me by now. You guys should know me at this point. You guys shouldn't. Oh my God, it's synchronicity. It's seriously. And the fact, and that's why I said, like, I could be saying something and I feel like I lose you. Like, sometimes I look at the chat and I'm like, maybe they didn't get it. Maybe they didn't get what I'm talking about, or maybe I should explain that further, or maybe I should go back. And then all of a sudden, once the chat starts coming up, I'm like, oh, they're ahead of me. Oh my God, you guys are naughty. You guys are bad. I'll never take hummus seriously anymore. No, I like call it hummus, you'll never regret it. You'll never regret it. Yeah, you're dead inside a little. I know, but still, I look, I have my happy moments, and you guys have seen me have them. Hummus? I thought it was a guy roll. Will, 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 when are you going to get it together? You're just never going to get it together. The hummus is haram. Hummus is halal. Hummus is very halal. A bonus opinion. Oh, stop it. Get it together. All right, let's do the news, and then I'll open up the phone lines for you guys. All right, let's begin. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to begin this. Uh-oh. Larry. Larry. This is crazy. What is wrong with the world today? You guys, do you guys know what's going on in the world today? Do you guys know? Oh, all right. Where do I begin? All right. All right. All right. Focus. Here we go. Oh goodness. In the news, California warehouse discovered has been discovered to be a Chinese-run virus lab. They have been experimenting on mice with HIV, herpes, and malaria. The Central California located lab was run by a company called Prestige Biotech, and it was reported to be a successor to a now defunct company. However, an ongoing investigation has revealed that the addresses of both companies were located at an empty office building. The empty office buildings were located in China. Nearly 1,000 dead mice were found inside of the empty office buildings. And it appears that the mice were being used to test COVID kits to see if they worked on the mice. And there were also vials of viruses like HIV, E. coli, strep, malaria, and various hepatitis and herpes strains were found as well. The investigation has not found important details like who exactly was in charge of the lab, who was running it, and whether or not the experiments performed there were the few steps to a biological attack on America. Because in China, this is what the theory is. They're believing, where they're speculating that China is looking for a way to launch a biological warfare attack on America. And this is the reason why they're looking at these certain types of viruses, diseases, so that these diseases, the reason why they want to use these kinds is because you don't want to release a virus into the world that is so deadly that it just kills the entire population. You don't want to do that because it's going to eventually reach your population. So what they want to do is find something, make a cure for it for their people first, and then release it into the public, into the countries that they want to um, what is the word? Infect, kill, attack. You understand. So this is the reason why all of these vials containing viruses like HIV, E. coli, strep, malaria, and various hepatitis and herpes strains were found. Did you guys know that there's a large population of Americans that have sexually transmitted diseases? I believe it was like a third of the population, they say, are walking around with active sexual diseases, but a lot of people don't know it, or they are diseases that aren't tested for, or they're new diseases that haven't even been named. A lot of people are walking around with them, and this is an American problem, a Western problem, because in other countries, because of how the cultures are, the people are less promiscuous. So if you really wanted to release a sexually transmitted disease that was deadly, It's easier to release it in places like the West, where people are less careful about their sexual activities, where people are more hoish, where people are more prone to be hoes. The population that is getting infected with HIV currently is the young, I believe it's between the ages of 16 or 18 up to about 26. These are the people who are getting the most HIV infections currently because the promiscuity. And there's been an uptick in acceptance of flaggetry. There's been an uptick in acceptance of gay behavior. And we all know, whether we like to admit it or not, that the gays are more prone to getting more diseases than any other population of sexually active people. They tend to be more promiscuous. They tend to be more loose and dirty with it, right? The sex parties are fun, I guess, but the diseases that come after. There's also a group of people who are actively trying to infect themselves with HIV, if you guys didn't know. There's a group of people who actively are seeking to be infected with HIV. I don't know the reasoning behind it. I think it's just, maybe it could be a way to be noticed. I don't know. It could be a cry for attention, but this is a real thing. Zealot says a third. Well, as shocking as it is, isn't too surprising either. Promiscuity is praised these days. I know. I was shocked when I heard that number as well. And they said that the diseases that the majority of people have aren't really like life threatening or anything, but they're just things that are living inside of people that a lot of people just don't know they have. But because you've been so promiscuous, you end up with things, and sometimes there's not even a name for the thing that you have. So even when you go to get tested, it could come out that you're clean, but and in fact you have something, but it's just not something that's affecting your health too much. Let's move on to this. Texas Governor Greg Abbott deployed buoys onto the Rio Grande River to deter illegal immigration into Texas. But that didn't stop two migrants, just call them aliens. They're not migrants, they're aliens, illegal aliens. That didn't stop two illegal aliens from trying to cross into America illegally. As a result, their bodies were found tangled up in the barrier. The cause of death and nationality of the two men were not known at the time the article was written, but preliminarily, guys, okay, stop. I have a reason that I don't speak English that well. What's yours? Preliminarily, reports suggest that at least one of them drowned upstream from the barrier before floating into it. Wow. Following this development, Democrats demanded the removal of the barrier. Following this development, Democrats demanded the removal of the barrier, but they didn't mention that illegals were dying in the Rio Grande long before the barrier was set up. But they demanded that this barrier be removed, but that's unlikely to happen since a smuggler was caught on camera with an AR-15 directing illegals across the river towards the barrier. So the reason why Democrats want to remove this barrier is because they think it's killing illegal aliens from trying to enter this country, and they believe that this is senseless death. They believe it's senseless for people to die while trying to come to America illegally. I disagree. The reason I disagree is because when you are putting yourself in that situation, you already know it's a very, very dangerous situation. And there's many other routes you can go. There's many other ways you can live your life. You don't need to be here. But if you do want to be here, why don't you try to do it the right way so that you don't risk your life in this type of unnecessary situations? The reason I say it's unnecessary is because people living in Mexico is a beautiful country. Mexico is not like you see on the movies. If any of you guys have ever been to Mexico, I've been to Mexico myself. Many of you guys have been to Mexico. Hi, Keela. If you guys have been to Mexico, you guys will know Mexico is not some poverty stricken country. Mexico is a good country, but a lot of people are still hell-bent on being in America because they see that America has more money. Now, I understand the want to make more money. I understand that completely. But if that's not in the cards for you, then you need to figure out how to live in your situation better or figure out something to do with your own country that can make your own country a competitor with America instead of just coming here and, I don't mean not coming here. I mean coming here illegally. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry for mumbling up my words. If you choose to come here illegally, in my view, you put yourself at risk. And if you die in that process, knowing that there's a chance of death, knowing that you knew that before you left your home and you probably kissed your relatives goodbye the moment that you were leaving because you knew that there was a possibility of you dying, I don't really feel bad because I'm like, you took that risk. You took the risk. So, I don't know. Am I supposed to feel bad when someone's being a criminal and then they end up getting hurt while being a criminal? Do you guys, is that what I'm supposed to be doing right now? Tell me, people. Am I supposed to feel bad because a criminal died while doing some criminal activity? Is my heart supposed to go out to these people for doing that? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Because that's almost like me saying, I'm going to cross the Gobi Desert in China or Magnolia, in Mongolia. I'm going to cross the Gobi Desert, right? Because I want to go to China, but China has banned me from their country, or they said that I can't come there. But I am insistent because I believe that I deserve to be in China. I feel like a Chinese citizen, and I feel like I would be more benefited being in China. People have warned me, Amira, crossing the Gobi Desert is not healthy for your health, okay? It's not good for your life. If you want to continue breathing, you know that thing that you like to do, then you ought not do that. And then I told them, I don't care, shut your pie hole. I'm going to China because I feel like I'm Chinese. And I'm going that way, even though it's illegal, even though they said I couldn't, even though I've been warned, I'm going. And if I effed around and found out, would you guys feel bad for me after you told me this is not a healthy thing, it's not smart to do? You know the risk, you know all the dangers, and I still did it with no training at all. Come on. I don't feel bad. I just don't. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm not going to feel bad for that. Removing the barrier is about as risky as removing it. Get out of here, Will. Will. Okay, Will. See, this is the reason I can't. I'm moving on to the next story. I'm moving on to the next story. I'm not gonna finish reading whatever Will is talking about. I'm not. Troy says, it's not so much that I like breathing, it's more of an addiction. I feel like I can't live without it. I don't know about that. I really got a thing for breathing. I really have a thing for it. You could call it an obsession. You could call it kind of a love, kind of a love of it. It's kind of that thing. I just love to. It's just it's just something about it that feels so good and so bad and naughty at the same time. Can I be racist? Can I be racist for a second? Dr. M. Dr. M, this is my first time seeing you here, but honestly, you have been a riot this whole time, and I'm here for it. Please come back. Please come back. Everybody, let's welcome Dr. M into the Pride. I think he belongs here with us. I really believe he belongs here. He is not out of place at all here. And I don't know why in the beginning he was like, "Hi guys, I'm shy." You know how you go to AA meetings and you're like, "Hi, my name is Dr. M and I'm an alcoholic. Hi, M." See, this is how he came in here, fooling us to believe that he's some shy guy sitting in the corner on the side, like he was never even going to comment. He's never going to say anything. He's just going to lurk in the shadows. Dr. M, you belong here. This is your home. Welcome. These are your brothers and your sisters right here. These are your brothers and your sisters. Welcome. You belong here. All right. Moving on. Let me see. Base chat figure. What a name. Base chat figure says breathing can be hard sometimes, especially if you're from Georgia or Florida. In Florida, I remember breathing being hard because of all the roaches in the air. Because roaches fly in Florida and then they pop when they go too high. It's nightmare fuel, isn't it? But I remember being hard to breathe because of the humidity, the water particles in the air, and the flying cockroaches. The flying cockroach. Cockroach. That's what it
I
was.
read that as Georgia or Florida.
Florida.
It's hard to breathe in Georgia, Florida.
Zealage says, poppity pop. Zealage says, we do have a nice mixed pot here, though. All kinds of people here. Yeah, we do. We have teachers, we have truckers, and I listen, in case you guys don't know, I'm a big fan of our truck drivers. Um, my husband has, well, he doesn't have it anymore, but he used to have a trucking business, where he bought all these semi trucks and we had drivers and so on. And for a while, I was doing a little bit of dispatch for him. Truckers are the bloodline of America. If they stopped, it would be just like the blood in your bodies to stop moving. That's exactly what it is. And truckers have a piece of my heart because my heart goes out to you guys who stay on the road. These are the gentlemen of the highway, as you could say. There's a better word for it, but I forget what it was. But they're all just gentlemen. All the truckers that I know that we had to work with were all very gentlemanly. They were just so high class, high honor, high, I don't know. And I know a lot of people are going to say, yeah, what about lizard lots or what have you? I don't know about all that, but I'm saying their character as a whole, not what they do when they're lonely and there's nothing but a lizard around. I don't know about that. But what I'm saying on the other hand, aside from the lizards, uh the ones that I've known have always been very stand-up people. Wait, they pop? They do. They do. They poppity pop because sometimes they fly. I don't know if it's that they're flying too high for their bodies or I don't know what's going on with their anatomy, but I've seen them fly high and then pieces of their legs will go into soups, pieces of their antennas will go into your drink. It's just disgusting. But that's why I hate Florida. Hate Florida. Service says Trump said oxygen is good for you. Now watch the libs hold their breath. That is so true. Oh my gosh. Thank you. That is so true. Trump said oxygen is good. Now all the libs are like, what? And lizards fall out of the trees and iguanas. In my house in Florida, we had an iguana in my closet. And when I opened my closet door, an iguana fell right down and brushed my face just a little bit. I think it was his tail that brushed my face when he was falling down. It was, and they move so slowly. They're like, so, oh, Jeremy's a trucker. I think I have more than you, Jeremy. There's a few, I believe, here. And like I said, we have a diverse group here, and I love that. We're not gentlemen. You are. You just don't know it. Gentlemen are the ones who don't know that they're gentlemen. See, it's always the men who are trash calling themselves gentlemen, and the real gentlemen don't know that they're actually gentlemen. They're just like, oh, I'm a gentleman. Yeah, okay. A snake come through your toilet. New fear unlocked. Ding, ding, ding. New fear has been unlocked. Here is your prize. Waiter, I have a piece of roach in my soup. No. Oh, wow. Well, Dr. M, the backbone of America, I would say the bloodline. They're like the cells in your blood moving through with iron, carrying iron and oxygen. That's what truckers are in this country to me. I like a man who can take a beating. Fix, get it together. Fix, get it together. All right, let's continue with the news. I'll give you guys two more stories and then we're done. Or one more story. I'll give you guys one more story. Can I be racist? I want to be racist a little bit. You guys are going to let me do that? Okay, here we go. Oakland, NAACP. The Oakland NAACP blame anti-police movement and Soros DA. The light bulb has turned on for the NAACP leaders in the city of Oakland. They blame the rise of shootings, robberies, and murders in the area on the defund the police movement. So they're blaming the rise of shootings, robberies, and murders in the area on the defund the police movement and the George Soros-backed district attorney, Pamela Rice, who has refused to charge and or prosecute murderers or those who commit otherwise serious crimes. In addition, the anti-police rhetoric empowered criminals to act out even more. Police warned Oakland citizens that defunding the police would create this problem, but they were defunded nonetheless. As crime exploded following the defunding, then Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf admitted that the defunding of the Oakland Police Department went too far. The surge in crime began during the pandemic, after the police were defunded by $17 million, despite a 90% increase in murders after the movement to defund them began in 2020. The NAACP president, Cynthia Adams, told the press, "It is not racist or unkind to want to be safe from crime." I'm happy. I am happy. That is what we needed. That, and you know what? The fact that she says it's not racist or unkind to want to be safe from crime. Oh, is it not? Because from what I know, it's racist, right? To point out that, do you guys know do you live in Oakland, Will? Online, I was recently having another online argument about this. So is that my hair? I'm sorry, guys. I was recently having an online argument about this. So the person was saying something about that Black people aren't the only people who create crimes or who do crimes or what have you. And they were arguing, they were having this back and forth about population and the percentage of Black people who commit the crimes and so on and so forth. And basically proved the point of the person who was saying Black people are the majority of troublemakers when it comes to crime. Murders happen majority by Black people. Robberies happen majority by Black people. Basically, all violent crimes, Black people lead in them. This person tried to disprove this person by saying, well, there's more white people in the country, so white people do it more. And the person kindly pointed out to them that it doesn't matter how many people are in the country when the percentage of the people of your population as Black people is the main ones committing these crimes and so on and so forth. But anyway, for this person in the NAACP, Cynthia Adams, to tell the press that it's not racist or unkind to want to be safe from crime. She also said that no one should live in fear in our city. Adams also admitted that there is nothing compassionate or progressive about allowing criminal elements to fester and rob citizens of their quote unquote basic rights to public safety. Where was the rights to public safety when the Black Lives Matter people were robbing Gucci and Versace? Where was the rights to public safety when you see places like Chicago, Detroit, and Baltimore and everywhere else that, it's like all Black people? Where is the rights to the public safety when you see those places? people are dying left and right every weekend. It's like mostly every weekend and in the summer mostly. Mostly it's in the summer where you see all of these shootings and just nonsense killing. I mean, I hate to admit it, but we all have eyes and we all see the problem, but nobody's allowed to say it because out of risk of being racist or being called racist. We all see it. We all can just look outside. And this is not the media. I mean, I've seen so many people, even on the Peace Network, where they tell me, Amira, you don't know what you're talking about. This is the media that portrays Black people this way. This is not the average Black person. I said it may not be the average Black person, but every time we see it happening, typically it's a Black person doing it. And I don't mean on the news, I don't mean on a movie screen. I mean when you look outside with your own eyes and you see it. I just saw it Thursday. I just saw it on Thursday with my own eyes yet again. And I don't live in a Black neighborhood. I don't even live in a Black neighborhood, yet I was at Walgreens. I was at Walgreens picking up a few things, simple things that every household needs, like paper towels, deodorant, what have you. I'm there. A Black woman walks in. Oh, I'm sorry. Two Black women walked in and they went straight to the makeup aisle and had a bag and they grabbed all of the eyelashes, all of the $6 eyelashes, and put them in the bag. All of the cheap makeup that they have in the Walgreens, put it in the bag and left with all of that makeup stuff. Not once did they go over to the food aisle and steal bread. They didn't go to steal medicine like Advil or allergy medicine or things for children to help children get better. They didn't do that. They weren't stealing things that are necessities. They were stealing eyelashes. And they put it in the bag and just walked out while the cashier was screaming at them, "Ma'am, are you going to pay for that? Ma'am, hello, are you going to pay for that?" Do you think they turned around and said, oh yeah, sorry, what were we thinking? We forgot that the cashier's register is right here, not over there outside. So you cannot tell me, and this is not the first time that I've seen it, and every time I've seen it, I've always been very cautious of the race of the person doing it, because that's what humans do. We know the race, we look for the race of the person doing these things, and that's just a natural instinct. So for me, one second, guys, let me readjust. So for me, when people tell me this is just a media portrayal of Black people, this is just something it's not real. The other thing that I see is violence. When I see a fight happening outside, it's not typically Asians, it's not typically Indians, not typically Arabs, even though Arabs are hotheads. When I see a fight happening outside, the majority of times is Black, but then it's also Latinos too, Black or Latino. So is that a media portrayal, or is that what really is? Is that what it really is? Anyway, I'll put the link into the chat now. So if anybody wants to join us, feel free. I'm putting it in right now. Okay. All right, it should be in the chat now. So whoever wants to join, please feel free. Amora, hi Clue. Hi Clue. How are you, Clue? Is I know my internet is freezing a bit. I'm sorry, guys. There's nothing really I can do about it. But you guys have been hanging in with me. You guys have been hanging in there. Do you guys want to try the computer again or no? It looks like it's freezing. Tell me, Samuel, I counted on you to tell me when it's freezing. Is it freezing or
That's
no?
because it hasn't been.
Is it not now?
No.
Oh, why does it look
No,
like
you're
it on
good.
my end?
I don't know. But on our end, it was a little bit choppy about a half hour ago, but nothing that was serious. And the
Why are you
audio has
not?
been pretty consistent throughout.
You need to tell me when it's okay. All right then. Well, you can stay with us, Samuel. Hi, Maverick.
Hey, good to
Amira,
see you, man.
long time no see. Sam,
It's a
long time no
long
see.
time. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've been disappearing from your lives lately. I was handling business on Angela Knight's channel. Have you ever heard of her?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you must not be into the like. I mean, I know you commentated on it and it used to be part of the Lapeef network, but that whole RP relationship dating community is low key just turning on each other as we see it. And I'm here for
Oh,
the popcorn.
I've been getting hit with that for some kind of side shots from just people who are retweeting and tweeting and all that stuff. Like, I mean, on Twitter, it's been kind of insane with the red pill community because they're eating each other alive right now.
Yeah, they are. It's like it's a whole entire shit show.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they'll you got one side of it making it look like pretty much the male version of feminism, and then like you got those other guys who are just pro masculinity but not pro red pill, trying to debate them, trying to convince
Mhm.
them that they're wrong and shit. You know what I'm saying? People kind of like me. Then you have people like me who are telling both of them, well, you're both misusing the red pill phrase. You know what I'm saying? Deceptively, because back then what it used to mean is like you're anti-matrix, you're anti any of these agendas. To be fair, you and Amir seem more red pilled than these douche nozzles that are on here. Yes, I stole Rolo's word, douche nozzles. Yeah.
Well, I want to tell you, Maverick, I noticed that too, and that's part of the reason why I kind of stepped back too, because I don't want to be a part of that. I don't if that's what it is, if that's what the community is, I don't want to be a part of it. In fact, I thought I was never a part of it. I was just a conservative. I've always just been a conservative. But once I saw it going this way to the point where everything is so extreme, and who am I to talk about extremes when I say that women shouldn't vote, right? I'm the one who says women shouldn't vote, and but I guess for me, it all just seemed like nobody was actually living the life that they were talking about. Everyone
Right.
is speaking on this, and a lot of the women who are speaking on this are single, have never had a long-term relationship, none,
Right.
never a marriage, definitely not a marriage, but they have children.
Mm-hmm.
But
Baby
yet,
mamas.
well, there you go. And but yet they want to tell me or tell the world about traditionalism and how wonderful it is and how great. And I'm like, how do you know that it's wonderful or great if you've never lived it? You've never been
Exactly.
inside that situation where there were standards put on you. Because in a traditionalist house, if you grew up that way, there's standards put on you. There's rules. And if you've never lived that way, if you've never been restrained that way into a culture or into an etiquette system, you can't you can't turn around and say it's so great because you might actually get into it one day and you'll hate it. You'll hate it and
Right.
you'll feel so restricted. Yeah.
Because like you're already conditioned because of feminism to, be either somewhat equal or greater
Rebel.
than your man. You're already being conditioned to rebel. So, what makes you think traditionalism is so great if you've never lived under a man's authority, let alone God's?
Well, even aside from that, Maverick, there is a system of like I was speaking to you guys about the system, the etiquette system that Arabs have that, you
Hmm.
can't live in a Middle Eastern country without this, without all these
Right.
rules. And this is why people say it's so restrictive. This is why people, when they get out of the Middle East, they're like, "Oh, I feel so free." There's some people who are like, "Oh, I feel so free. Thank God I don't have to live under the what's it called? Sorry guys, help me out. When the reputation of your family, the reputation, your reputation is everything there, and it's like I don't have to live under that. I don't have to be restricted to this. I don't have to worry about people gossiping about me or saying this or that. You don't even know how it feels until you actually live it. And these women, when I saw them doing it, especially girls like Pearl, especially women, I'm not gonna even say her
Ugh,
name, but
Pearl.
Will is gonna say it for me. but these women who are just talking, but yet the majority of conservative women who are talking, Maverick, about tradition and conservative values, what is the first thing you see when they turn on their video cameras?
No husband.
No husband, no ring, and then what? The breasts are
Those
out.
melodious chesticles.
The breasts are always out. And I'm like, okay, so wait, you're talking about tradition. You're
Tommy
talking
Lauren.
about tradition. Not only her, not only her. We have
Oh, I know.
Granny, we have
Lauren
all the
Ingram.
oh my god, all of them have the breasts up and pushed up and squished and open. And I'm
Also
like,
perky. They might as well
and I'm
been.
just like,
They might as well been in the protesters with those women that were out there with their, them their tatas out for Ukraine. Remember that?
wait, who?
You don't. I saw it on Instagram. Like there were these loony liberal women that had their tatas out, but they had the Ukrainian flag painted over them.
Oh no. Well, that's
You
not a
didn't
surprise,
see that?
honestly. No, I didn't. I really
It was
didn't.
all over Instagram when like the Russian Ukraine invasion first like started getting off, which a lot of people don't really know it's really about oil. And all because like they don't want Ukraine going, outside of NATO for the resources and such. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, the red pill is officially because it's just like what gave me the sign to just forever distance myself. Like I was already mentally disjointed once I just saw a community of people who just love to bash women. But once I saw Rolo put out that tweet about men in their 20s, the quickest way to be high value is to get a vasectomy in your 20s. I'm like, okay, this has turned into a cult. There's no way I'm neutering myself so that way I can be this rich guy. Nah, man. The Bible says
the only value that anyone has is a legacy, is the future, is their children, is their line. If you're cutting that off right out of the gate, what good are you to anybody?
Thank you, Sam. Sam, you're such a ninja for that. Thank you, Sam. What is your value if you cannot, provide a legacy, or impacting another person's life in a positive way, other than just your money?
Maverick, the thing is not being valuable anymore in society. Today, people see themselves as valuable if they make money for the system. If they're able to make money for more, what is it called? Commercial spending or what have you. Businesses trying to say, oh, I open a business, but what business are they really opening? What's the businesses that's most popular today? Oh, I sell this, I make t-shirts, or oh, I make makeup products, I make lashes, I make wigs, and it's like this is the extent of American innovation at this point. Is this what American innovation is now?
Yeah, it's hard to
so
do
much for our own ingenuity.
Right.
Yeah, people are doing it, but it's tougher because of just labor costs and stuff like that. And we don't promote it. We don't promote manufacturing here. That's what one thing how I hate to interrupt. I'll just stay with this. How I connect with that. Okay, so you know how the Supreme Court ruling came out and everybody was just worried about. They were focused when it came to colleges just on the racial category. But I thought it was a perfect opportunity to look at just how colleges are messed up, are made up. If the government is giving all these putting up the money backing the loans, they should require these colleges to change a little bit. Why aren't there trade schools and trade training actually at colleges that take federal money? I mean, any dollar. That means they need to look at colleges and say, where is your manufacturing? I know they push them, but where's your carpenters and all that, which can end up creating people that know how to actually build and make stuff and can be actually a use for society. But that's where the politics come in play. It should be where people are graduating college and they have to have some type of degree that's actually useful for society if the taxpayer is backing their college. With veterans, they actually look at what you're getting a degree in. And if you're, oh no, I'm just taking classes, they won't pay for your degree. I mean, they've actually cracked down on a little bit better, and because there was some for-profit schools they were paying for, they don't do that no more because they want to make sure.
Are you saying that they're not paying for useless degrees?
Yeah, yeah. Well, some useless, but it's still some useless in there. But it's gotten a lot better. You know how you had DeVry and the ITT Tech. You can't do that on the veterans. But that's what I'm saying. Our society is more so just getting money and government just getting votes that they're not really trying to make it better. And that's just part of the thing. It's other things I can go into. as
It
well.
depends on where
Money
you're
makes
at,
the
though.
world go round.
Some colleges do have those. They're typically junior colleges. As for the Veterans Affairs, even with the crackdowns, some useless degrees they still need more work because they'll pay for a degree, but where they mess up is they don't reach out to other businesses to help you get internships, and even the VA themselves won't even allow you to intern with them, and those idiots are the ones that are paying for the program. So
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
there's still some work that they need to there's still some things they need to work on. But yeah, the ITT techs, your DeFries and all that, yeah, they won't pay for that. I think they finally learned their lesson with that. Maybe about
Gotcha.
what, 5 years ago.
Yeah, and that's what like with a lot of our systems, and kind of going back, I might have missed this when y'all saw when we were talking about crime and correcting crime. That's basically just where like our prison system and our correctional system should be updated. It needs to be updated, but that's where votes come in. I mean, I have several ideas that possibly could do it. Some people would hate them. Like I do feel as though we do need to bring back the work camps. I wouldn't necessarily say a chain game, but it's where people do wrong instead of for just locking them up. Oh no, you either depending on your crime, you either go to the work camp where you actually are out working in society. Maybe you just go to a neighborhood picking up trash on the highway, but it's like you're in jail, and then in the morning you going with the work camp and you're doing something that should be for the help of the society, and plus it's a punishment because you did wrong. People be in jail longer because they don't want to be in the work camp working out in the hot sun getting we might pay you $4. In fact, we might not pay you at all. I could go. I don't want to go into much detail, but it need to be more punishment. And I think they're doing this on purpose. They're letting this crime because part of it is that the police are pissed off, but part of it is I do eventually believe that we're gonna have video cameras on the street. People are gonna beg for it because even up in Oakland, even black people are tired of it. I won't say what my job is, but currently right now, I do a lot of work in out of Northern California, and the theft out there is costing a lot of money and a lot of problems, and people are tired of it. Of all races, they are really tired of it. And I think eventually the only solution will be a crackdown. But I do see where cameras are on every street, just like in Europe, and I think in England they are having. Of course, in China that they have it where you're monitored 24/7, so they can find out what people are doing. Because with my current job, video helps a lot in solving and just seeing what exactly happened because people look you dead in your eye and freaking lie to you and they did something wrong.
Man,
Well,
it's
that's why
freaking
they're letting a lot of the crime
1984
go
up in
on
here
too.
now.
That's why they're
Oh
letting it
goodness.
happen. I mean, there's a method to it.
Hey, Amira,
Hmm.
I asked you this in the chat, but I'm not sure if you looked over it or not because I had
Mhm.
stepped away from my computer to use the restroom. But
Okay.
I asked you like, did you hear about the Trump indictment, and if so, what did you think about it? Like, is
The
it gonna do
indictment
any
with
time?
you
Yeah, he
can't
got
you I
indicted
don't
again.
you can't. Oh, of course they're doing everything that they can. You guys saw what's happening right now. Is they're trying to do anything that they can. They're throwing everything at him in the book. They are also trying to pull him up on charges of the 2020 election for I guess what is the word, Larry?
The official charges, and when you break it down, is they're trying to throw him in prison for him not believing that the election was legitimate.
There you
Yeah,
Literally,
go.
they're trying to
that's
throw him
literally
in
what it
jail
is.
for him saying the same thing that Hillary Clinton said when he won.
There
So they're
you
going to throw
go.
Right.
him in jail, but not her. And
They're
if you
doing. I mean,
and there was actually a breakdown of all these indictments, and all of the indictments were within 24
no,
hours
no,
of
no.
something,
Get him
concerning
up,
Hunter Biden
Samuel.
come out, with all the things that Hunter Biden's getting caught doing, all of the revelations that are coming out. Each time something came out in the news, the next day Trump was indicted with something else. So there, you can tell, look at the pattern, and you can see that they're just trying to throw everything off of Joe Biden because now they're showing evidence that Joe was lying and that he was involved with it.
Hey, if
So
anything goes according to the script, Lawrence, man, we're looking at Newsom versus DeSantis 2024 election. That's what we're looking at. Because
No, I think they have someone else.
no,
I
they got
think they have someone
they
else.
want Mr.
The Kennedy.
they
They
want
want the
Robert
other
Kennedy in
Obama.
there instead of Newsom.
No, they're trying to they're messing with him right now too. The Democrats are. I think they want Michelle Obama.
They want
Oh, that's
Michelle.
right. But she doesn't want
Yeah.
to, though. She doesn't
They
want.
want Michelle.
Yeah,
Why
sure.
Michelle?
Yeah, and neither does Gavin Newsom. But yeah,
He
I'd
doesn't
say
want to.
around
He
around
doesn't want to.
2028 you'll see him running. He can't
Mm.
run right now because he done screwed up too much. He's nuclear, and they know it.
Well, guys, my view on this, since Maverick asked me, Maverick, can I talk to you? I want everyone to mute if you can, because there's a lot of air in my ears right now. If you guys can please, okay, Maverick, this is what I think about this. Now, I want you guys to listen with me and think about what you've been seeing recently. If you guys watch social media, if you guys watch YouTube Shorts or what have you, every time we're scrolling up on the things now, when you see anything regarding Trump, what do the comments say? Because if any of you guys pay attention like I do, most people are saying Trump was right. Trump was right. We need this man again. Oh my gosh, look at, he's way better than what we have now. Blah blah blah. The American public is seeing what they didn't see before. Now they're starting to see, just because we've had 2 years, 3 years of the situation with Mr. Potato Head. Whatever they're trying to do to Trump right now with all the indictments and so on and so forth, I do not think that it will have any effect. I don't think that you can lock up a former president simply because he will have the Secret Service with him. So you can't really, there's no way to have the Secret Service in a jail cell. It just doesn't work that way. And also, there isn't anything serious enough for them to try to arrest him on, because all of these things that they're trying to arrest him on are things that are either legal, maybe frowned upon, but still legal, or they're accusations that have no foundation in reality or fact. So
Well,
I don't. Go ahead.
jail's not the goal. What they're doing is they're keeping him from running a campaign.
No,
They're
well,
keeping
he
him
asked.
occupied.
It's not
Maverick
gonna work.
asked. 1 minute. Maverick asked me if we thought that he would be in jail, if he would be arrested for it, and this is why I said there's no way that can happen. But we all know that they're just trying to slow him down, run out his energy. They're trying to wear him down for the election season, because the more that they can weigh him down and stress him out over nonsense, the less effective that they think. But I think this is all frivolous. But they think that they can wear him down and wear down his energy and bring him stress and everything else, focusing on these other court issues and indictments and so on, rather than focusing on the election.
I don't think that's gonna stop him though, because I think Trump is aware of his own charismatic power. You know what I mean? God be with him if he does get on the ticket though, but they're trying everything in his power to make sure he doesn't get that far again. Because if they don't allow that stupid absentee balloting and the stupid machines all over again, it's gonna be a legitimate win for Trump again. You know?
Yeah. Well, the only way Trump got in the first place was because he overwhelmed the system. There was already lots of cheating going on, even with the Hillary election. Not that many people voted for Hillary, yet they showed up as almost, par and par. What is it called? 1-for-1 tit for tat with Trump, when that's not the truth either. Not that many people voted for Hillary either, but they were cheating in that time
Trump
too.
was blowing Hillary out whole time?
He overwhelmed the system. You know that. He had the system overwhelmed, and that was the only reason. The only reason he won was because they weren't expecting that, and they didn't have time to scramble up a bunch of extra votes at the time. With Biden, they said, we're going to make sure we have a bunch of extra votes ready. We're going to have everybody's dead relatives voting. We're going to have everybody who's not even a citizen. We're going to make up things. We're going to fraud signatures.
Dropping off suitcases after hours at the voting places.
In
Dogs and
Lamborghinis.
cats were voting.
I saw
Marvel
all
characters
that
were
footage,
voting.
boy.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And Zelich says that he thinks that they want to remove him from the ballot. And I think, you know what they're doing?
Yeah, that's
You
what
guys
I'm
know something
thinking
else?
too, Zelich.
You guys know something else is going on? They're trying to use the things that the American public is sensitive about right now. So what is American public sensitive about right now? Me Too, rape and molestations and sexual assault and so on and so forth, right? And Americans are sensitive about this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff is like, okay, we're going to use these things to trigger the what is it called? The response where it's like, guys, help me.
Visceral.
Yeah, visceral
Cognitive
morality. No, god damn it. No. But yeah, Samuel was right. Like visceral, like your instinct reaction to go away from him. Like, oh, he's dangerous. He's a predator. He's out to get you. And he's not completely. And everybody knows that, but they're trying to make it seem like that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of old bad Photoshops cropping up online lately with him buddying up to Jeffrey Epstein. You can tell these are Photoshops, by the way, and they're not very well done, but they're cropping up all over the place, and detractors are saying, "Oh, see, he knew Epstein." I was like, "Yeah, who the fuck didn't?" The guy rubbed shoulders with everybody he could. First of all. Secondly, that's not a legitimate picture.
And then furthermore, we all know Epstein didn't really kill himself. That's number one.
I think he rubbed more than shoulders.
Well, the man was evil, and he did a lot of evil shit. But he also tried very hard to insinuate himself into all of the right circles. So whether or not these people had anything to do with his island or his trafficking or whatever doesn't matter, because there are photographs out there with just about everybody who's been in power in Washington and Hollywood at some point, and in some cases royal family members. Because his whole shtick wasn't so much the trafficking as it was the buying and selling of power and influence. That's what his game was. He was using the trafficking to get there, which is a whole kind of level of evil that I'm just not even fully grasping, I'm sure. But yeah, so any time that you hear like, oh, so and so is connected to Epstein, it's like, that's possible, sure, but we're going to need a little bit more than a photograph at a party in Hollywood.
Yeah, like we can never really know what the relationship is like until somebody comes out and says some shit about it.
But even then, it could be manipulation. You guys know that even years later, talking about your relationship with that person could be manipulated for political gain. I want to say to Zelich is right. We do need to do this. My name is Amira. I am a very happy woman of 28 years. I am not suicidal at all. I enjoy my life very, very much, and I have no reason to be depressed. I do not suffer from depression. I don't take any drugs. I don't like sniffing chloroform. There is nothing that gives me the inclination that my head needs a bullet hole from the back in it. I think that my hairstyles look very perfect the way they are, and they don't cover up any bullet holes. I am not able to shoot myself from the back. I don't have that flexibility. And yes, I love my life, and any car accidents that may happen from here on out. First of all, for my insurance company, it's not my fault. And second of all, you need to be very skeptical if I have fallen in a ditch or something like that. Yes. So there we go.
I thought you were 25.
Yeah.
28. I know, but still. But yeah, so there we go. There's a Hillary disclaimer.
Your husband's a lucky dude.
Just in case, I'm Samuel and I didn't kill myself.
Thank you.
I am Maverick, and I am not a bedwetting depressed a-hole.
All I know is if something were to happen to me or whatever, it's okay, because if Hillary had ever stripped naked on camera, at that point you have my permission to just take.
I have a Hillary Clinton nutcracker. At least I had one.
Oh, right. I don't suffer from any heart conditions either. I have not taken the vaccine, so if that shows up in my blood, that's not from me. I don't have any air pockets in my veins. So just so you guys know, this is not me. Whatever you guys see in my dead body, it wasn't me.
I gotta
should I
tell you,
play the Shaggy tune? Wasn't me. Even caught me on camera. Wasn't me.
Amira, that disclaimer was longer than the tampon string that hung out of Cardi B's box.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna.
What are you talking
Here comes
about?
Will with the bathwater joke.
She was twerking on stage, and her tampon string dropped out while she was twerking on stage. Oh, and it's Tasha K that she was feuding with. Tasha K, not Tasha Q. K.
Is that real? Oh, the
Yes, it's real.
Yes.
Wait.
Ask Schizo, he knows.
Oh.
Schizo knows about it.
You're actually looking at it. I wouldn't share it on the screen.
He tried to pull it out. Didn't you, Schizo? No?
Wait, no.
I don't believe you.
Cardi B had it. Cardi B had it scrubbed from the internet.
Amira, I gotta ask you this. Actually, I gotta ask you three things. One of the first question of the three questions is: Do you think Margot Robbie is mid?
What do you mean?
Like, that she's not all that attractive of a woman.
Who is Margot Mardi?
Barbie.
It's Margot.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. She's Barbie.
Oh,
She's the girl playing Barbie.
Let me check. Let me look at her. Let's have a look at her. Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
the Barbie
incel part of
actress.
Twitter
She's not
thinks
black.
so.
She's
One
probably like-
second. Just 1 second, guys. Please don't talk for 1 second. Let me see what she look like. Oh, I see. Oh, she's a little old, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's like 30.
If you count 33 as being old,
She
sure.
33.
No, but
30.
she doesn't look 33. She looks at least 48.
Whoa.
She doesn't look 33.
Dang.
The roast.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe it was just bad lighting. Actually, no, it was bad lighting. I'm sorry. Now I see her in better lighting. No, she doesn't look old. I'm sorry. It was bad lighting on the picture here. Wait, I wish I can show you guys the picture, but I'm looking at it on my computer. Yeah, the first pictures that show up on her, she was at night and she was at a party gala and she's sweaty and all of the wrinkles on her face look like real wrinkles, but apparently it's just the makeup was creasing. No, I see her now. She doesn't look old. She is kind of she's she's not like hideous, but I think she has a manly face.
Well,
Like,
she's Australian.
She was 22 in the world. What is it?
Rate
Wolf-
her out of 10 without using 7 in honor of Kevin Samuels.
Rate her
Wasn't
out
she-
of 10
she was-
without using 7.
She was
Yeah.
22 when she was in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay, she just has a big face, but I don't think she's unattractive. She kind of looks like what's her name? Kate or
Kate Winslet?
yeah, Kate. No. Kate Winslet is gorgeous. No, not
Not
her.
Kate Beckinsale.
What the hell is her name, guys?
Kate Bosworth?
No, she acted in a movie with she was a blonde and she had shoulder length hair, like a bob as they call it, bob, and she had blue eyes and she's a very popular actress. You guys know her. She was in a spy movie. She
Spy movie. I haven't caught up with actresses these days.
Jennifer
wait, no,
Lawrence.
this is old. This is
Jennifer
old. No, not Jennifer Lawrence. That's Hunger Games, isn't it?
Gugino?
Amanda
had a very-
Seyfried?
No, she had a very basic name though. But anyway, she looks just like that one lady though. I can't remember her name, but nonetheless, you guys, yeah, she's not bad looking. Come on, guys, she's
Tom
not
Cruise.
bad. Is
Okay,
she?
somebody put down Tom Cruise's ex-wife. So I'm thinking Nicole Kidman.
Katie Holmes.
There it is, Nicole Kidman. Nicole
Ah.
Kidman. Thank you guys, Nicole Kidman. I don't know why I thought Katie.
Somebody
But
said
Again, they're
Nicole
both
Diaz.
Australian.
She looks like Nicole Kidman.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I see that.
There you go.
So out of 10 without using 7, what you give her?
Using
She's
3.
a 7. I would say she's a 6, 7. I mean, I would say she's like a 6, 7. Because
All right.
think about it. And if you saw this woman outside in normal public, she would still stand out amongst all the regular average women. She would still stand out. She's not ugly.
Oh,
She's
most
not
definitely.
hideous.
It depends on where you are, though. I mean, certain
Depends.
states have women look like her on every street corner, walking around. So depending on like California, for example, I mean, she wouldn't look any much different than a lot of women walking around over there.
Well, you have to also think about like everybody likes a blonde. Everybody likes a good-looking blonde. And for her, the blonde hair does suit her well. It suits her skin. She looks to have light
Not for me.
eyes.
I like brunettes.
Yeah, I like brunettes.
Well, I'm saying like when it comes to blondes, I think it's really hard to find a really hot, pretty blonde because I think it's rarer to find a pretty blonde than it is to find a pretty brunette. I think brunettes are more common to be pretty than blondes. That's just my view. You guys.
I
can
agree with
argue.
that.
Yeah, unlike what
I
America
agree
wants
with
to think where the blonde is the standard, but
Yeah.
there's something beautiful
No.
about every woman's hair color.
Because
Natural,
usually when I
that
see
is, not
blondes,
painted.
most of the blondes don't keep their bodies together, and then they end up getting kind of fat and sloppy and putting their blonde hair in a ponytail, oily ponytail, and just walking on the street like that. And I'm just like, man, with the beautiful blonde hair, you should have your body fit. You should be looking good.
Right.
Those probably aren't even real blondes. Those are probably the bottled ones. I noticed that with those.
No, I'm
or at
talking
least
about
the carpet didn't
natural.
match the drapes, so I don't know.
Oh my god!
Sometimes that's
Will.
natural, right?
Alrighty. You kind of alluded to the answer to the second question. I assume you haven't watched the Barbie movie, right?
No, why?
Why would I?
Been trying to avoid it.
Good.
I don't think this woman is a natural blonde. Actually, this woman
Probably
isn't
isn't.
natural.
That's what
No,
I mean.
she isn't.
And I think the women that you talk about, these blondes, I don't think those are natural blondes either. I think those are, the bottled ones.
But they're not actual brunettes because you can tell that I've seen these women. So they're just like their hair is darker, but they're not actual brunettes. Like they're just kind of like in that middle gray area, and they just
It's called
lighten their
sandy
hair.
blonde. It's called sandy blonde.
Yeah,
Sandy
they just
blonde.
lighten their hair slightly, so then it looks blonde. But if they let their hair grow naturally, they still wouldn't be brunette. They would become, these are the girls that I'm talking about because I live next to one, and like I said, if she was skinny, she'd be awesome. But a lot of these blondes, they just after the age of 25, they just blow up. They just get fat and ugly.
Oh, I've seen plenty of those up here in good old Minnesota. Anyway,
But you know where blondes don't blow up at? Ukraine, Russia.
Oh,
They don't blow
that's
up.
a good one, Amira. That's a good one.
wait a minute. When a missile hits, they do.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's not what I meant. I meant
Hey, for the record, there are more attractive dirty blondes than attractive pure blondes.
I think that's I think that's a fair thing to say, like, the dirty blonde. But like I said, in Europe, there's so many blondes that just stay so beautiful up into the 50s. And you're just like, wow, now that is timeless beauty. But here in America, I've noticed that they just, why, Zealich? Why? What did I do?
You got enough Zillage.
Okay, third question.
Like me, I like redheads, so
Redheads, like ginger
twice the
redheads?
fun, twice the danger. Oh yeah.
And that's what gets you in trouble.
You never know if you're gonna end up leaving with your soul or not.
Oh, wow.
No, gingers are cool. I rock with gingers.
Well, I have to end up, I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to cut you off at all in your mid-sentence, but I'm going to have to end up going because I only have 10% left, and my charger does not extend to where I'm at.
Okay, I got one last question, Amira. Then I'm gonna peace out too.
Let's go.
Did you see that dumbass Mia Khalifa giving marriage advice video? Did you see that?
I saw that.
Yeah.
No.
I saw that. And did you see all the people in the chat that were clapping their hands and telling her how smart she is? And
Yeah,
and
like they're like literally
like, how would it
praising
be
this
like this?
brain dead horse logic. Like, woman,
Wait.
you've
she-
been divorced
She's
twice.
been divorced twice.
Wait,
yeah.
now you
That's
know
stupid.
now you know I'm gonna cook now that you brought that one up.
I done got
Here we
Will
go.
started.
First,
I'm sorry, Amira.
before Will gets started, nobody should be taking marriage advice from somebody. It's like everybody forgot that just a few years ago she was getting death threats for doing porn in hijab.
Right.
I was just gonna
literally
say people
desecrating her
shouldn't
own
be
culture, 'cause
taking.
She is Lebanese, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she's Lebanese.
We don't
I was just gonna-
accept her.
I was just gonna say people shouldn't be
Wait,
taking advice
Amir,
from someone.
you're Lebanese?
Wait.
But Will is trying to say
Maverick, let
something.
Will
It's all
say-
good.
Will is trying to
I
say
can wait.
Yes, Maverick, I'm Lebanese. And
You know, that explains
accept
your
her.
good looks. That explains everything.
You think all Lebanese women look nice?
Yeah, the ones I've met, I haven't met an ugly Lebanese woman yet. I'm pretty sure that they exist. They're just rare. I don't know.
I see what you
Just
mean.
keep them inside where you can't see them.
Wow. Anyway, Will.
Oh my
Will,
God, Sam!
So,
Stop.
What I was
can
gonna say
I
is
want to hear Will.
it's a really sad day in society that you have people taking advice from someone who spreads their lips wider than a full strength Wi-Fi signal.
Will, are you having fun? Are you
And
having
she
fun?
does it for the enjoyment of the guy's only bush that they seen is George W.'s in real life.
That was a good one.
You can
Good
park
night,
a car
guys.
between that woman's legs.
Thank you.
I mean, I would.
Boy,
I can get on Will's level,
Get
just
off my
a
show.
bit
Get off
less
my
dirty.
show. All of you guys get off my show. This is a conservative channel for conservative people, and you
We're
guys are
just
just
telling the
ruining it.
truth.
Good night.
Your Range Rover would fit between her legs. That's
Good
the
night.
that's the truth.
Even
Dude,
a,
no.
a
Bro, the
747
Joe
would look
Louis
small
metalhead,
heading
it's
into
the
that
Joe
Grand
Louis-
Canyon, Lawrence.
The Joe
No,
Louis.
if you go to Detroit, go find the Joe Louis fist statue. That's gonna fit inside.
Well, this has been fun having this channel and everything.
This is the end. This is the end.
But real talk though, the real talk though, you should never ever take dating advice from somebody who's ran through like that. No. Don't take her
even
serious.
even outside of her porn career, she's been divorced twice and she's engaged a third time, and she's not even. I don't think she's barely 30.
That alone screams ran through. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That's
That
true.
alone.
I agree with you all completely on that. First of all, any woman who wants to be a wife, any proper wife, you know how they say a woman is a wife before she's married. It doesn't matter if you're
Mhm.
married or not, you are a wife because that's who you are. And if you were actually a wife, you wouldn't have been spreading your legs on front of videos for anybody who was willing to pay. You wouldn't have been doing that because you would have been a wife from the beginning. I was a wife before I was married. And that's how it should be. A real wife isn't going to be one who turns into a wife when she says I do. You've been
Hey,
a wife
Amira,
before.
Oh, again,
speaking of
Mia,
wives, people shouldn't take a marriage advice from Ariana Grande neither, because she's about to go through a divorce with her now husband because she is cheating on
cheated on
him
him.
with a friend from Britain that's working with her on a set of a new movie. So, and this ain't the first time she cheated on anybody.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. Well, it's hard for stars to actually keep it in their pants because there's so many options. BTK says Mia Khalifa was not
Yeah, she
Muslim and
never
does not
was.
claim the religion. No,
Yeah, she doesn't claim it.
just because she's Arab doesn't mean she's Muslim, and that's a big misconception. But the problem is that she disrespected our religion by mocking it and doing it for porn, doing it in porn. So good night, guys. I have to go. My phone is going to turn off right now, like in 3, 2, 1. So
Love
good
you,
night,
Amira.
guys. Thank you so much
Night,
for the love,
everybody.
guys.
Mira.
Good night. Good night. Bye, Will.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Larry. Bye. Bye now. Well, guys, thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys have had a good time. I have myself. And yeah, let's do it again. Maybe we'll come on again tomorrow just because why not? And let me see. I think that's it because my phone is about to turn off. So I think with that, thank you, Village. With that, I'll yield my time. And nice to meet you too, Dr. M. Everybody have a great night, have a great Sunday, and possibly I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.